Alright folks, so here's what we're doing. We are solving restaurant positions to the glory of the Trinity. Notice how many of them divide by 3, basically all of them. I've stuck the word "the" in front of all of them, but the number here is what this title equals. So they all divide by 3, and we've arranged them in order going upwards. Butler, greeter, chef manager, busser equals busboy. Amazingly, line cook, bartender equals server. Hello. Equals janitor. Runner equals steward. It's just pure 3s. And then you've got a fry cook, a sous chef. That's really screaming because you've got hopscotch effect yields 2 44s, just like oxygen and breath and nostrils. That's incredible. And that's a real fun one. And what's cool about that is you got the 2 letters that divide by 3 in here, and then the 2 letters that divide by 3 on the bookend. So it's 2 perfect puzzle pieces, sous and chef, that knit together. And then the S and the H make 27, the S and E make 24. It's just too obvious. And then a prep cook, a grill cook. Look, it's going up in 3s. You got a fry cook, you know, it's just obvious. A hostess, a waitress. A waitress equals a door holder. For example, at Cactus Club Cafe, which I've gone to recently, you know, a door holder may also serve as a waitress. Dishwasher, amazing. I mean, these are some of the biggies in a restaurant. Every restaurant will have at least one waitress and at least one dishwasher. Well, they equal the same thing, and they equal evangelist. I mean, that's a very high calling. Broiler cook, the bus person. When you add "the" to the party is love, love, love. Kitchen manager, same thing. Housekeeping in general for all careers and, you know, businesses. A wine server, the pantry cook, dessert maker. Wine steward is just so loaded. I highlighted some things here. You've got chain linking in the center, triple bookending from the end outside in. Incredible. An assistant chef, whether you say "the" or "an," it'll divide by 3. Supervisor is loaded. Okay, that equals love, love, love. And I've highlighted the 3 loves there in italics, bold, and normal. God is the ultimate supervisor. Any workstation, this is kind of a throw-in. Any workstation at in any job, you know, whether you're in the kitchen at your counter or a computer, what have you. A dessert server, a dining room manager, you know, stick the word "the" in front, you get 210. There's this is straight off of a list of restaurant occupations. Soup and sauce cook. I didn't realize that there could be full-time soup and sauce cook. It makes sense. Counter server, communications manager, and assistant general manager. This makes pure 3s. And of course the word manager, the root of all managing, divides by 3. It's obvious, 36. So managing, managers, managed, manages, all divides by 3. And then it knits together with all sorts of other words, like the different types of manager as we've been seeing for different locations, like the kitchen and all that. So there you go. It's just obvious. It's totally obvious that God is sovereign, and that He takes the glory for every single name of every single job under the sun. We've hit all the biggies in restaurant land just in the past 30 seconds or so. And then here's some other gems I got. I get gems just from, you know, I deliver newspapers, and of course newspapers are full of words. And so on the front cover recently, or just the other day, was Bill Gates. Why does everyone know those 9 letters, Bill Gates? Well, because Bill Gates adds to 87, which divides by 3, in 9 letters and 21 strokes. This is God's story, okay? It's to the glory of the Trinity. Whether you like it or not, this story has nothing to do with any one individual mortal so much as it has to do with God by a factor of infinity. Get over yourself. You are just a tiny little singular name in an ocean of names that is all for the glory of the Triune God, for Jehovah, okay? And his full birth name is the famous 201 of world history. And that's the same value as his father's name and his grandfather's name. So that is why, okay, everyone knows Bill Gates. It's simple. Okay. More phrases from the Lord. Never forget. Like I just get this gem from the Lord. 3. Never forget that such and such. And then you can find artistic effects for the number 3 with a click of the mouse. Never again. Sometimes I'll hear that from the Lord. It's like if something, you know, never again. Don't we love that? It's like never again. It's awesome. This is a very good truth. God and one man is the majority. And so now I want to jump to the top. Who's at the top of any restaurant? You have the owner. Well, that equals 108 and 8 letters, triple eights, strokes. Jesus equals 888 is the owner of everything in the universe. He's also the owner of every one. Okay. because he created everyone. So, and you can find the two loves very easily. In bold underline, note equals 54 there. Love plus love. The owner. That's what we say. The owner of any establishment or whatever. The owner of the restaurant. And then now, this gets even better or just as good, the Chief Executive Officer. We're solving every CEO in the history of the universe for the glory of the Trinity. Well, Chief Executive Officer, starting with letter C, which is 3, adds to 9 times the 9th prime, which is the same value as the first thing God created in Hebrew, light. Okay, it's king for the number 3, 21 letters, 3 words, artistic effects in there for the number 3. But what gets even better, of course, is when you stick the famous word the in front to talk about the Chief Executive Officer, because there can be only one. And now you hit 240 perfectly in exactly 24 letters to the glory of Jesus equals 8 at 8. Okay, and there's a 24 sitting right at the center of those 24 letters. The C and the U equals 24. And the more you look, the more you'll see. Like, it's stunning. You can find love 4 times in there, plus a bonus 24, 888 on top. I encourage you to do that as a homework exercise. The Chief Executive Officer has now been solved for the glory of Jesus equals 8 at 8. All numbers, incidentally, and all names mathematically deduced to this famous number 240. Watch all my other videos, you'll get it. So there you go. The people come and go. Jesus remains the CEO. Jesus is the Chief Executive Officer of the universe, and of every company, and of every person, and of all kingdoms, and all companies, and all families, and all tribes, and tongues, and nations in the history of the universe. So this is a very expensive gem here, and for historic purposes, the current date and time is just such. The Prime Minister equals 201, the famous 201 of world history. Just an added bonus for you. And then, oh yeah, cashier, a few other job titles here. The originator is also a beautiful 3-fest. The originator of the universe is the Triune God, pure 3s. And I marvel in particular. This is just some added gems here. Waitress obviously divides by 3, and then waitresses divides by 3, 24 points higher. The word female and woman both divide by 3, and so a female waitress. And this is really obvious. This divides by 12, and then female waitresses is 24 points higher, divides by 12. Amazingly, a woman waitress equals the same value as this one, 180, and then of course this just pumps at 24 points higher. So we've just seen this cluster of 24s that go up in 24s. Female waitress, or pardon me, 12s. So that divides by 12, and then it goes up 24. Okay, and now we're still at 24 in this one, at the same value, and then we go up another 24. So it's all dividing by 3, it's all 888s. There you go, every female waitress, all female waitresses, every woman waitress, and every woman, all woman waitresses in the history of the universe. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then you can start knitting. You can knit together adjectives with everything. You can describe, of course, every adjective that you can use to describe a cook can knit together in giant symphonies of 3s in front of the cook. Oh, an absolutely amazing cook, or whatever it is. Amazing cook. An amazing cook divides by 3. Out of my own mouth. I love it when we just speak things. An amazing cook. Now you should always write in capitals. Oh, sorry. That does not. It's 130, which is 3-digit all factor 3 and 13 letters glorifies the number 3. There you go. Okay, but on and on, you get the idea. There you go. We're just being led to solve everything under the sun, because this is what God has ordained. This is how He's taking the glory for it all. Everything and everyone has a name, including all job titles, restaurant job titles, and every name has a number, and they all knit together to glorify the Triune God perfectly. So essentially, this universe is this massive symphony and insanely fast-paced bustle of 3s out of the expression of the mind of God to glorify Himself day and night. Wow.